Well, the great thing about our spas is that they're packed with features. One of the best features of our spas are the way that the jets work. The functions of the jets are that they're interchangeable and they're adjustable. So what I mean by interchangeable is your spa will be set up with a couple of different types of jet nozzles that do different functions, and they're all interchangeable. The beauty of being able to move the jets around is that you can personalise your seat to however you want it set up by swapping over the different faces to be in different areas. This jet here, for example, gives you a much harder, sharper massage, and if you wanted that on your shoulders, for example, or on your feet, you can take that face out and swap it over with a jet in another position. So to do that, you simply turn the jet to the on position. It's good to do it with both hands. There's a bit of a knack to it, but you'll work it out. And just give it an extra click and the jet just comes out. And each jet just fits into a similar sized body. Just remember, it's only the jets that are this size that are interchangeable. There's other jets throughout the spa that aren't, but the large face jets are interchangeable. The other great thing about these jets is that they're adjustable, so you can turn each jet on and off. So say you wanted to really boost the pressure on your lower back jets, you can turn the upper back jets off and it'll put all that water through the lower back jets. So you can really set up each seat to work exactly the way you want it. Well, the great thing about aromatherapy is that it draws a nice fragrance into the water through your air system. So inside this canister here, the one marked aromatherapy, remember it only works with the air system, it won't work with your water jets, just your air jets. And it draws through the canister and draws the fragrance into the water. Now you can open the valve slightly to increase the amount of fragrance that comes out. Just remember to be careful not to open it completely or the cap will come off. So your beads are inside the valve and you can change those beads over. We sell different fragrances in the stores. What an air control does is it allows you to boost the pressure on a whole bank of jets by drawing air into the system and mixing the air with the water. So by turning the air control on and off, you mix water with air or shut the air off to soften the massage on that seat. What a diverter valve does is the water is pumped into the diverter valve and it splits the flow from one bank of jets to another bank of jets. So the advantages of that is that if the pressure is too strong and you want to turn the pressure down, you can turn the handle gradually and split the flow into the other seat. Or if you want to really boost the pressure up, put all the water into the one bank of jets. And by turning the handle gradually, you can actually split the flow going through both seats at the same time, but obviously not at full pressure. Neck and shoulder massage is one of the nicest features of our spas. It's in this section in one of the main seats. You've got 4 jets, 2 on your shoulders, 2 on your neck, and the water actually shoots down from above the spa onto your neck and shoulder. Each individual jet is adjustable, so you can, by turning the face, switch individual jets on and off. So if you just want your shoulder jets running, you can turn your neck ones off. As well as that, there's a diverter valve always right next to the neck and shoulder section that controls just these 4 jets. So the beauty of that is that you can keep your back jets running and switch your neck and shoulder jets on and off if you don't want them on. And you can also turn the pressure down. So if it's too powerful, turn the valve that way and it'll gradually drop the pressure in those 4 jets. Okay, well with ozone, one of the most common questions we get is, what do I need to do to get my ozone system to operate? The answer is nothing, it works automatically. When you see those bubbles coming out through the bottom of the spa, you know that your ozone's working. So it'll happen automatically, there's nothing you need to do to make it start working. Well, your spa may or may not be fitted with a waterfall. It's one of the more popular features. They're installed above the waterline, and when they're switched on, you just get a nice soft blade of water going across the top. They're all fitted with one of these valves, and the valve allows you to switch the flow to the waterfall on or off. The final feature I'll talk about is the Monster Jet. They fit it in some of our spas, normally on your feet, but in some of the spas like the Byron and Crystal Bay and Jarvis Bay, they're in your lower back. The thing with the Monster Jet is they're so powerful they take one massive pump on its own, so they always fitted or run with a diverter valve. So remember that the way you get those on and off is by turning the diverter valve one way or the other to increase or decrease the flow to that jet.